Hi, in this video we're going to be looking at the different career site settings in SmartRecruiters. So there are additional settings to configure for your career pages. And here I'm on my career pages page in SmartRecruiters. And we want to highlight the tabs up here of application configuration and useful links. First I'll go to useful links. And here's where you can grab the HTML and link to your career page to give to designers or your web team so they can link out to your career page from maybe the corporate page or another website. So your default career page link will be here. And then if you need to give the link to the Get in Touch button, you can grab that here as well. Under application configuration, we have some options. The first is display similar jobs, and turning this on will have similar jobs from other companies display on your job ad. So you can turn this on to have them show or unselect it here to hide it. You also have the option in case a job is unpublished but a candidate still has a link to that job, you can decide whether if they click the link to a job that's already been unpublished, if they're going to come to nothing or if they will still be able to see the job ad content. So I have that checked on here. So if a candidate has an old job link, that job has actually been unpublished, but they click that link, they will still see the content for that job. You also have your job application settings, and here's where you can decide what fields are required when a candidate's filling out the job application. So in this instance, the only required fields I have are location and phone number, but I can decide if resume is required, or education. You can come through and decide that. And then we have a setting about tracking reapplications. So you have the option to track candidates that have reapplied for the same job multiple times within a certain period. So here, how it's set up, I want it to track anyone that's reapplied to the same job within any time frame. But I can also say maybe I'm only interested in people that have reapplied for the same job within a 6-month period. And you can just select your time period here. There are a few more career page settings I want to look at, so I'm going to go back to settings. And I'm going to look at the employee portal. So if you're utilizing our employee portal, there are a few settings here you can configure. First is you can decide what job fields your employees can filter on when they're searching for jobs in your portal. So you can remove them here if you need to, you can reorder them, and you can also add other filters by clicking Add Filters. And here you can search or add any additional filters you want to make available for your employees. And then at the bottom here you can decide whether to display the hiring manager and recruiter on the job ad. If you do not want to, you can unclick these, but I will leave those checked for right now. And then for our job ad footer, if there's information that you want to add to the bottom of every job ad, you can have that information here. You also can have certain information added to job ads based on country or department or your org fields. So I'm going to create a new footer, and I'm going to make this a footer that I want to show up on any of my jobs located only in the US. So I'll say US footer. I'm going to leave the language default as English. And then to create your footer, you click Edit, and this is where you're going to add in that footer information. If you had a footer that you were going to put on all your jobs, but you wanted to make sure that it was in multiple languages, you can add other languages here. So say I wanted this also in French. I can choose that, and then I can write what I need to in French, whatever the footer is going to be here. And this is where you can decide what jobs are going to get this footer. So in this case, I only want this footer to be added to my US jobs. So I'm going to use my country org field here. And I'm going to find the United States. And again, you can make footers based on any of your available org fields here. Thank you for watching this video on configuring additional career page settings in SmartRecruiters.